Mai nei ki te whai mai, ki te whāinga, ki te kimi atu, ki te rapu atu ki ngā kōrero, ngā kawa kōrero, ngā iti me te rahi. O roto i te kawa kōrero mō ngā āhuatanga e kōrero hi ake nei, ki tātahu mākaka nui matua, ki runga ki tēnā take, tēnā take, tēnā take, tēnā take o tātou. O roto i te wā, ne? O roto i te wā. Nō reira rā e tātou mā. Nō reira rā, tēnā rā tātou ka toa toa. Nau mai hara mai haere. Hara mai haere. Hara mai haere, tēnā tātou. Tēnā tātou. A tēnā hui hui mai nea no tātou ka toa toa. Kahuri. Ai rā, ai hoki, kua hoki mai ahau. Yeah, I'm back again. Back on this night of the 10th. It's, I think it's after 9. On the 10th, after 9 p.m. and, jumping on to have a bit more of a kōrero with you and share with you some of the whakaaro nui o tahu mākaka nui matua mō tēnei mea te hapu, me tēnei taonga nei te iwi. Okay, and a lot of people put down iwi, they say, oh, hara i te tūturu, but that's not really true, see? That's not really true. See, iwi came out in a very tūturu time. Anyone who says to us in tahu mākaka nui matua 1840 wasn't a very tūturu time, as soon as post-colonial came about, ka hore he tūturutanga o te iwi, o kai te he tēnā. Because tahu mākaka nui matua was definitely still in its tūturutanga, still in its prime. And that is the case right through. And that is right through to the 1920s, 30s, yeah. So, ngai tūhoia, managed to hold on to their tūturutanga, their originality, their iwitanga right through to ngā huatanga katoa mō tō rātou nā hapu, right through to 1970. So, yeah, that's about 40 years, yeah. About 40 years more than what we did. After, late 1820s, the late 1920s, we went obsolete, so all of the, finalising consequences of the land court and having had to, having to participate in the native land court system for the first time in our lives, we all got alienated and lost out on everything. And so, that's what happened to all of us. All the iwi, got, alienated out of the way. And so therefore went very, very muhore, very, very pōhara, and very, very, ngoi kore, korohu kore, ko kore te whenua, ko kore te ora, te tino ora. Ko kore anō hoki te kōrero tio te reo, te pena pena tonu, te kauhe tonu o ngā huatanga o roto i te iwi, o te kawa, o te tikanga, ne mea katoa. Kua kore. Kua ngaro atu ne mea katoa. Ka hua pōuri au ki tērā. But, all these things were lost to us, the land, and everything obsolete. Our whole iwitanga just went silent. That's what I mean. No one spoke it anymore. the influences of the time of the crown systems and laws, and the settlers and Pākehātanga and karaunatanga and kāwanatanga o te karauna. Just absolutely took over everything. And we were landless, impoverished, and very, very mauiwi by those times, yeah. And so tūhoe, 40 years later. But I guess their problems are a bit different. They've never gone obsolete, but they've had a huge flood of Pākehātanga into their reo. Their reo is now being lost now. Yeah, kai te mate haere, te reo tūhoe. And probably due to the huge crown influence in their land, and Pākehā influence as well. Me te mana o te Pākehā within tūhoe. However, we're not here to talk about tūhoe. This is about Tatahu Mākaka Nui Matua. What Tahu Mākaka Nui Matua thinks about hapu me te iwi. Okay, for hapu, now, hapu, we understand that hapu are formed from uri and whānau, and hapu come about through the various uri who are made up of groups of whānau, and begin to eventually form hapu through their chieftainship, their ariki, and their eponymous ancestor being accorded great mana among them. And so, things would start to formulate through that. And hapu, in that respect, not very different from the iwi, except the iwi has far greater possibility and potential to grow and grow and grow and expand at far greater capacity and far greater speed, acceleration, Alright, and so, but the thing about hapu and iwi that is pretty much the same is that the eponymous ancestry or ariki is a huge part of the culmination of what is a hapu. But within iwi, the actual top paramountcy, the actual ariki, can be a very, very strong and very, very highly influential part of the tribal establishment. And in fact, in some cases, integral. The major integral part. In some cases, no. But being the major authority in the iwi is very, very critical. And you will notice that iwi have lots more ariki in them. So there's long lines of ariki right through. And lots of different hapu. Lots of different uri and whānau making up hapu. And lots of different eponymous ancestries. And so that's basically your iwi. Okay? In your hapu, all you have is uri and whānau formulating a paramountcy and eponymous ancestry. and then from there, there may grow a tohunga and rangatira, but that's about all. Within iwi, there weren't many ariki, and if there were some, sometimes. Within hapu, sorry. Yeah, if there were some, there may have been 2 or 3 more, but usually mainly one. And hapu never grew to be so big, and may have only governed over one particular area. And then that depends on the hapu. See, some hapu grew to be very, very, very numerous. And Taunaha Kanui Matua was one of those within traditional times. I guess it was very hard to in traditional times. So you had a lot of smaller hapu, about 10,000 or more. That's not very big. But enough to plentifully people and inhabit one particular half or whole of a claims district. If you know the sizes of claims districts, they're not too bad, around about 2 million hectares or something like that. And so that's quite large. And so iwi and hapu. And so, with us, with Taunaha Kanui Matua, one of the significant things that Taunaha Kanui Matua did was it upheld its most senior. Its liking for the most senior ancestry having and playing a very particular role that was upheld as very, very special and unique to the entire iwi. That was the same within our hapu. So, some of these things are the same, and because of the priority aspects that were particularly the same as within iwi, we're not too worried, because Taunaha Kanui Matua ran a bit differently to most. And yes, it ran off the eponymous ancestry, and yes, there were lines of ariki all the way through. So the trunk line, the most direct line of descent from the eponymous ancestor, a number of ariki also stemmed through those lines. So there were lots of hapu that descended straight from the most direct line. And, hapu, because of Taunaha Kanui custom, grew to be quite large. And that carried on. That particular way of iwitanga carried on. And we see that in the eventuality today of the eventual numerousness of Taunaha Kanui in this modern day. And that is the Taunaha Kanui tanga as it stands today and its tokopai, which stands at 130,000 plus. Okay, so that's a huge hapu. Well, we're flexible there, and so we still call it an iwi. One of the other reasons for that is it's so large. We're such a large entity, super tribal, lines of ariki, so right through lines of ariki were important. But again, that other aspect that the top ariki in the eponymous ancestry was also the most important, just like in iwi. And the actual likelihood of us, turning back to being hapu or being called hapu, and then it doesn't matter. I mean, you're not even called a hapu. It's just what you are, But our particular hapu functioned in a different way, in a unique way. And these are the aspects I'm telling you, and they're very similar to iwi anyway. So within Taunaha Nui, it doesn't really matter. But there are some significant differences with hapu. And one of the things is that hapu were smaller. And didn't grow so extensively, except ours did. And hapu didn't, usually depend on just one ariki or just a few. Okay? There was a whole line, a whole, central line of ariki all the time in Taunaha Kanui. And that is the way Taunaha Kanui Matua roll. And still do. Okay, but just today, we call it iwi, and we use the term iwi nui tonu. And I think I've told you about that before, and what that entails, And it basically is what we are today. We are an iwi of the greatest, an iwi of the greatest extent that one could be. Iwi nui tonu, that's us. And, but sometime in the future, sometime in the near future, no doubt, we will go back to being hapu, because we know we're very traditional people, but, just going back to hapu or iwi doesn't make us tūturu. No. That just means we're starting to make moves towards that. Well, we don't really need to. Kei a mātai, tō mātai tūturutanga, we've already got that. So we don't have to prove it anymore by turning into hapu. But no doubt we will. As hapu becomes more of a political status in our landscape, in our ecosystem, and the political stance of hapu is fully recognised within Māoritanga, within iwitanga, within all the super tribes and super tribal entities in the country, nationwide, and also within the powers that be. They still don't recognise us as hapu. Most people don't. Most people don't really understand the concept. And some people have gone under hapu and still don't understand the concept. But one tikanga we hold in Taunaha Kanui Matua is it doesn't matter whether you're plentiful or whether you're just a few. And Māori tribes and Taunaha Kanui tribes we're the same. Sometimes we're great or small. But in Taunaha Kanui, very rarely were you a small hapu, because our hapu grew big. We had a number of arikis all the time. And we also had the top ariki always being very, very special among the pigeons. So, that's us. But if we do, we'd only have two hapu. And that'll be because we're within the TeTaiHauauru aukati, rohe aukati, and TeTaiRawhiti, rohe aukati. Okay? And our rohe lay right across there. The waikare moana to te ahi kai koura tamatea pōkai whenua pōkai moana rohe. And then there's the other tribes amalgamated with us who go all the way down to Murihiku and all the way up to Tauranga. See, that's Ngāti Māmoe, Waitahanui, and Waitaharangi. Then we've got 3 that descend most directly from us. There's Muaupoko, Ngaitahu, Taihua, that's Ngaitao Matarahi Matsua, and Ngāti Rākaimui. And then there are other iwi that descend from us. See how extensive we are? See why we call ourselves an iwi nui tonu? Because we have other iwi, about another 6 others that descend from us. There's Ngāti Kahungunu, Ngāti Kahungunu, Ngaitahu Pōtiki, that's the Ngaitahu of the South Island, of all Tautahi Waitaha, and then there's the what else is there? Well, Ngāti Māmoe do, but they're most direct. Waitahanui do, and Muaupoko. Who else? There's other ones, Kaitahu, that's 7, and one more. There's got to be one more. Mai, that's escaped me for this moment. I think I'm getting a bit tired. I think it shows. You can tell when I'm tired. I keep going, Yeah, because I'm a bit too tired to think sometimes. So, I lose track of where I want to take my kōrero, and a lot of the time I do improvise, but I move along with ama. I have take kōrero and kaipapa kōrero, and I move along through those as well as I can within the time that I've got. And I usually use about an hour or under, half an hour or so, which is a good time, That's a good time for watching any program and listening to any kōrero, so I don't go much longer than that. And, kia whakatika e ahau aku mōwhiti. And, they're good. I like wearing them because they help my eyes, my sight. They help my eyes to sharpen up. Ka koe te titiro aku whatu. Aku karu, ka tino mārama mai te kite. Ka tino pūatata mai. Ngā huatanga kai te titiro hia i aha. So, that's hapu and iwi. And if we do, and when we do, I would say we will. And we will probably in the very near future too. It might be a couple of years away, or, it might even be earlier. And we will switch back to hapu, because the influence is there, the political nous is there. And that is why... the same thing, why all of our people started to stand on iwi, because iwi had the political nous of the time. Hapu didn't, see? So they were very clever. Well, I'm not saying we're very clever too, but, this is just the way we want to go, and it happens to be the same. We're moving with the political nous and status of iwi, and once it's fully returned the status of hapu, we'll switch back, and we'll most probably fall into two hapu within two rohe, one in TeTaiHauauru and one in TeTaiRati. Okay. And TeTaiHauauru will probably go under Ngāi Tura. and Te TeTaiHauauru will probably go under Tao Matarahi Matua. Yeah, so that is will be the end of that. And just because we don't stand on hapu at the moment, yeah, it doesn't make us any less tūturu. And anyway, there's not much difference for our iwi and for our political status in the landscape of iwitanga. And so, yeah, we're not bothered by that, but we've got everything else to back it up. You know, we've got our iwitanga very, very well engraved in our wairua, in our ngākau, in our whatimanawa, and in our reo. You know, it's been around for 19 years now, and pretty full on most of those 19 years. Even in times, you know, that Pākehā has reigned, the kōrero doesn't stop, the reo doesn't stop, and the wairua doesn't stop, and it continues to grow and grow, and you know, development having been so strong is why we're in such a great position we are today. But now, yeah, we're on the verge of great expansions, great successes, especially where our people are concerned, and the returns of our people should be, I would say, positive and plentiful. I wouldn't be surprised if our whole 40,000 officially return very, very soon. The other thing is that the Crown has to change its standpoint and has to go against its evidence. You know, its evidence is flawed, and it knows it. You know, it just needs someone strong enough to get up and tell them, you know, change the record, because this record's gone old, scratched, and it's useless, and we need to throw it out. And one of the reasons for that is because it's not the tūturutanga of our people. We know it, and that's what I'm getting on to now. That's what I'm getting up to now, in the throes of talking on these kaupapa. The second kaupapa is the current situation of all our iwi, or all our hapu, whichever one we want to call them. Or, you know, some like Te HawhauaoMo may just want to be there, Te HawhauaoMo, and even that's probably more tutu than anything. Like for us, we would rather be just Taunaha Kanui Matua. I think that's all we really are. Right across the board though. See, right across the board. I would argue against us splitting into two hapu eventually, but that's what would happen, because our hapu is so big, our iwi is so big, you know. But any split at all is not something that is Taunaha. It's not something that is Taunaha Kanui Matua by tradition. Yeah, by tradition. Yeah, division does not come into anywhere near the vocabulary of Taunaha Kanui Matua. Yeah, so, but yeah, hapu being as they are today, and usually governing over a certain land region, and obviously since most hapu today are quite big anyway, you know, usually we divide into several groups. Well, we only go into two main rohe, and that's Tairawhiti Aukati and TeTaiHauauru Aukati. So our sensible and common sense thing would probably be, and we need to wait and see what the people say and what they want to do, but I'm pretty certain it'll go something like that. And they will end up dividing into two hapu groups, of our two major regions established by our tūpunapuna, and they are the Aukati regions, and they are called Te Tairawhiti and Te TaIHauauru. And in Te Tairawhiti we would probably have Te Ao Matarahi Matua, and in Te TeTaiHauauru, Ngai Te Tura. And that marks the significant descent, significance of the descents of the Tēna lineages of our iwi, which are in Te Tairawhiti. Okay, and they within those rohe are our Tēna ones. Within the but there's a lot of tuakana ones among there, but all the most tuakana are actually in Te TaiHauauru, so they would have to go under Ngai Te Tura. Okay, they would have to go under Ngai Te Tura, and just like I say for the others,